Ladies and gentlemen, the International 2018 champions, OG!
I'll just tell you their strategy because it doesn't matter. It's not like OpenAI, like it doesn't matter. It doesn't impact anybody.
Spoilers.
So they were just saying like, so originally Moon was like, if we just cut waves, what can they do? And it was really funny because backstage, No-Tail said the exact same thing. He's like, if we cut waves, what can they do? And I was like, you might think that, but.
This is a 4-core lineup for OpenAI, I think.
It is. I don't know what their plan
support,
is.
maybe?
Sven support? I mean, they don't think in that, in that way. So it's not like we need a support. No, they need something nice.
We do often see them, if you look at net worth distribution at the end of the game, they much less frequently have the sort of 3-core, 2-support structure. They're all sort of more similar to each other.
Okay.
Very, very selfless team.
Yeah.
All right, so the draft is done. We see the percentage there. And I mean, they only got like an extra, 3% off the back of 5 heroes picked. Game number 1 of this best of 3 is gonna start, and it's gonna start real soon, and it's gonna start with the voices of OD Pixel and Capitalist.
OpenAI 5 versus OG. Game 1.
We see here, this is going to be the OpenAI. We're going to see how OpenAI is thinking about where they're going to be going. So this is going to be showing like green lines to show what lane they're going to be heading to, and where they want to go in the future, basically. And then we're also going to have little health bars underneath each one of the heroes. That's going to demonstrate what the AI thinks about their current situation and how likely they are to be able to get kills, how likely they are to die. So if you see a super red bar, pretty much means they're done for.
Oh, and already up top, the action's kicking off as OpenAI will claim first blood. No-Tail is to be caught out here as the two teams meet head-to-head at that top rune spawn.
We've got this offlaner that can survive pretty... Oh, jeez. Look at that.
That's already gone up quite a bit since the drafting phase.
The trash talk has already begun.
Absolutely. OG, of course, sort of the ultimate team in using the all-chat functions to tilt the teammates. We'll see if it works out here against the AI. And CM really wants to go back to those creeps. But Jarex will make sure that she will be unable to do so for now, leaving Seb on his own down bottom,
Looks
but
like
he
they should be able to kill the Crystal Maiden, actually. Yeah, they set it up. Thompson rotates over and didn't see that coming. That's exactly the point. They've got a Riki mid. How could she see that coming when he's invisible?
Another TP will come into their bottom lane from the sniper. AI bringing him back up. At the same time, AI is going aggressive up top. OpenAI diving past the tower. They'll find No-Tail, but they dove pretty deep for this, the OpenAI, as the reaction will be there from OG. They have both the combo of the SF and the Shaker to bring down the Gyrocopter.
We'll try and exploit, and we'll see whether or not it works for them.
And look at this, how deep Seb is skipping these creeps. He should pay with his life this time, and he will, as the CM is able to put a stop to
no, all those
cutting
creeps
the
are so low, too. She might actually just deny the whole entire wave.
It's now very close between the two. You see Jarex, he's going to look for a wraparound on mid. The setup's there with the Fisher. OpenAI's blocked in, nowhere for the Death Prophet to run, as that will be another kill here for Thompson on his Riki. Top lane, back towards more action. OpenAI once again looking to dive in deep past the tower with this Gyrocopter and Sven combination. They've got the Voodoo Restoration though, OG. No-Tail keeping the two of them alive as OG's able to turn, bring down the Sven. Still though, trying for this SF. Gyro desperate for the kill, but he cannot find it.
Gonna get it.
As with the Fisher and the heals from No-Tail,
picking up the Witch Doctor. We've seen how the harassment, OpenAI is super good about being able to do that, and the Voodoo Restoration is cutting a lot of that out and making these fights go their way.
And we're going to see the AI going this time with the help of the CM. They're looking to lead in onto the SF. No tails there, though. Again, as you mentioned, this Voodoo Restoration just making it that little too hard for the AI to instantly kill the SF. They'll get another stun out. He's still alive, though. Finally, they get that kill onto Ana. They will finish off the Shadow Fiend. They're trying to see if they can find even more, potentially the OpenAI, as it looks towards No Tail with the rocket barrage. The Gyrocopter finds another. This time, the OpenAI is getting away with the aggression up top. They realized it wasn't working with just the Sven and the Gyro, so they add in that Crystal Maiden, and it makes all the difference.
I remember from experience, we thought the cask was going to be good. The paralyzing cast was going to be good against the AI. It is not. They know the spacing so well.
Oh, another great setup here in the middle lane.
Little bit surprised they didn't try and dive that Shadow Fiend, but I guess the Gyro did not have the mana. Oh, the Crystal Maiden. Oh.
Thompson with a quick jump away will make sure that he doesn't go down in response.
And I can't help but thinking if he had just Frostbite.
As the Gyro is getting gone upon, another slow comes out from the CM, holding back Jarax and Thompson, but there's a Fissure, another jump forward, as OG should be able to find it. Thompson nearly dies to that rocket barrage, but Thompson's prepared. As soon as the Gyro is dead, he's got a salve popped, and he's ready to try and hunt for more.
Again, look at the objectives, right? I was going to say, this is going to be super interesting to see how they respond, right? There's a big dive going on the bottom lane, but there's no creep wave. The tower's not under attack, so they see, hey, that's not worth it. We're not rotating to save a hero. We're going to make sure we take an objective in that top lane instead.
See back towards mid Thompson, and he's able to chase down the CM. A big ult comes out. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, the OpenAI Crystal Maiden doing it big time there, and in fact, they're going to get this SF as well. Ana falls. The Crystal Maiden going big, standing her ground, committing with the ultimate. They do get the tower. Sven is incredibly low. Seb's going to TP in and try and find this kill for sure. He'll throw out the Viper Strike. Instant stun from the Sven will hold Seb back in position. Is he going to tick down to the poison? He's not. The Sven will survive. And now OpenAI, they turn onto Seb. They'll get the Viper kill. Thompson and Jerax, they're still trying to desperately chase at least something here. Jump forward from Thompson, tricks the trade. It won't quite do it. The Gyro is too speedy. He continues to retreat. Thompson is going to try and chase this down. He's got another jump forward, and he will finally be able to claim the life of the Gyrocopter. As he's really going for this kill. Again, another jump forward, the silence down. He's trying to find it. Has he got the damage?
No way!
Oh. I mean, he'll get it, but he loses his life for it there. As now, another move here from OG. They've found the Gyrocopter. They've also found the CM. Blink forward there from the two of them. They'll chase down a second. A double kill picked up by Ana. With OG forcing OpenAI's reaction up top, they know that the Gyro is pretty alone here. Thompson's trying to chase. They've got the catch with the Fissure, and with that double damage rune, Thompson will have the damage. There's going to be immediate buyback, in fact, from the Gyrocopter.
Oh, he's mad.
It's a buyback for what? As OpenAI's Gyro cannot really get back in position to punish OG. OG's already out there. Thompson, actually, he's still trying to make a go. He's going to jump in. He's going to lose his life for that one. A very unnecessary play there from Thompson.
At least from our understanding of Dota, it is really important to have those team fight items.
No Tail is going for a pretty, well, I say ambitious, but he has got the help of Jerax, and with that stun lock, that'll be more than enough to mean that the Sven dies in another buyback.
Now down, and it seems like OG has found a kind of pattern to take it to the AI, but they are going to lose two here, it looks like.
Again, very aggressive plays here from OG. Actually, he nearly gets away, but will not be the case.
That was smart. The Gyro ran back to give vision to the sniper so he could actually get the auto attack in.
See in the middle, Jerax, Echo Slam's going to be used. Quick setup and another instant buyback. This team, OpenAI, will not stay down. They get immediately back into the game. As their Sven is in trouble. They're bringing back up. There's going to be a haste, but Thompson, he's able to grab it before the Sven is. In fact, though, it doesn't matter. They turn. OpenAI just looks towards the Riki with the backup of the Crystal Maiden. They have that control. As back on form. It's a 95% here for OpenAI.
From our human perspective, this is an even game, Owen. How are they saying 95%?
I'm pretty sure even Dota Bless at the moment wouldn't be in the 90s, as this game does not look one-sided. It's very even in the net worth. OpenAI, though, feeling incredibly confident with themselves, and they are going to dive in past the tower. They'll look with the ultimate here from the gyro. BKB is there from Anna, as he'll try and turn, but Seb, he's already fallen. Sven will make sure that No-Tail's pushed all the way back. A Fisher will come out to hold them down, but OpenAI, they've got 2 more kills. Seb and Jarek's fall, a third as well, as they snipe down No-Tail right up to the high ground. The Death Prophet has the Yule Scepter controlling Anna. Anna's sort of left on his own here to try and hold back, but there's the stun from Sven. Anna's going to fall as well.
We can take an objective here, and that's what gives us the 95%.
We are going to see a nice cast bounce here onto the 2 of them, the CM and the Sven, but they're straight again. The CM holds her ground, pops the ultimate, will fall, but they'll get Seb in return. Just be out of range, then we'll be able to send over the CM. Her now completed 4-star. Thompson will manage to get that courier once again, managing to catch it down the way back, but OpenAI are prepared. Sentries, dusts are out. If they've got the detection, Thompson will be able to dodge a bit of the damage there with the ultimate, but he'll come back down. The dust, of course, still upon him. He has got a silence, as he'll be able to juke his way away from the CM, but there's the wraparound. He's back into Infis, though. Do they have any further detection? Thompson's going to TP out into the tree line. Out he goes. He'll get himself away from that attempt by OpenAI. Back in the river, they're going to find the follow-up onto another, as Anna is in trouble, gets peeped down here by the sniper, turns towards Jarek's. I mean, it's 4 dead again on OG, only No-Tail alive. He'll pop down a very symbolistic death ward as he is going to die, as there's the Death Prophet with the Siphon chasing him down. Assassinate's going to come in from the sniper. One more right click will do it from the Death Prophet. OG getting team wiped by OpenAI.
Look how low this Sven is.
They continue to just take these objectives away from OG, and OG is struggling to slow them down. We're going to see here, Cap, what OpenAI was thinking from their perspective.
Yeah, you could see they wanted to be able to go into that top lane area, and they're all feeling pretty safe. That's what those green bars are. And then they just kind of like end up running over OG.
Thompson giving a lot of very, very important vision. There's the setup. Jumping from Jarek's. Echo slams down with the force. CM, she's going to be forced to safety. They do lose the gyro. The CM's still alive for now. A TP out will get another back to safety. Already OpenAI, they've found some more setup here as they'll go straight away towards Seb. Opening up with the Yule Scepter. Seb will turn with a Viper Strike down onto the Sven. Gyro already heading towards the back lines of OG, making it hard for OG to get a team fight fully together. As once again, OpenAI putting a bit of a stop to OG, trying to make a play. Now they're going on the Death Prophet.
Oh, what a
They'll commit with the ult. Can they get the kill? They've already lost 2 on OG. They will get the Death Prophet, but immediate, again, these buybacks being used as OpenAI knows that it has the edge with the numbers. Jarex will throw down a Fisher to block off any attempted catch from the gyro, but Sven finishes off Seb. Another convincing fight here for the AI. Silence comes out from the Ricky. There's the Viper Strike as well, but the BKB is going to be popped straight away. Jump forward. They'll look towards Thompson. Thompson forced to the side. Thompson in potential trouble. The Requiem comes out from Anna, but Thompson is dead. Both him and Jarek's buying back, getting into this game. They're looking to try and chase. Jarek's does have a blink available. He'll jump forward. Fish is there. Onto 2. Heads in. Echo Slam is perfect. The Sven, he blinked into it, but I say it's good. It killed the sniper. Is it going to actually get anyone else out of it? Sven, he's TPing out. The Death Prophet, he's TPing out. They do have the proc there with the Aftershock and that Enchant Totem to catch out the Death Prophet. As OG, they will manage to kill off 2 big targets. Making sure he can get sort of the, I guess, the consistent ult salves, the potential double BKBs and such. It's going to be a lot that the AI has to consider when it tries to play into this SF. Jump forward here from OG. They're trying to fight into this. The BKB comes out from both of them, both the SF and the Sven in response. Fisher will be used to try and separate some of the AI from one another. Jump forward though, and with the Rocket Barrage, they've got the damage to take down Thompson. They'll look towards Jarex. Jarex is going to fall as well. You can see OG as well. They do recognize that. They are going to try and make a play whilst this sniper doesn't have that BKB available to pop. As they'll look towards the CM, they've got the vision down, they'll find one. Missile's going to be heading the way of the SF. Straight BKB and a TP out from Anna. He's got to get away, but they have the right-click damage to punch through him. And here we have it now. So OpenAI claiming the Mega Creeps. OG, they may have one final defense in them. They will have the full team back up in 15. Jarek's already leading in under the cover of the smoke, trying to start something, but an immediate BKB is out from the Death Prophet, making sure that Jarek's cannot follow Thompson into the action.
Like we talk about the position 6, we make a joke about that, about somebody who's just only buying wards as a support and has no real items. That never happens with the AI.
Oh, in mid lane, just a commitment here from the Sven. BKB jumping with the God Strength. It may just sort of be the Shaker, but he knows that this Shaker gone from the team fight for OG means that it's so hard for OG to attempt to hold. One tier 4 tower already gone as well. As OpenAI, they've found Seb also outside of the base. Seb dead for 2 minutes. No Tail also going to fall. Stun there from the Sven. A snipe from the sniper. As Anna will try and do something, at least jumping in with the BKB. The first ult comes out. It will be No Tail killing off the Sven, as that is going to be the Sven dead for 2 minutes. Still, though, they have to be careful of this sniper, as it's doing so much damage towards the SF. Anna will fall. No Tail TP's in. He's got the death ward, but the physical damage from the sniper pulls apart the Witch Doctor. They are trying to keep them drawn away from the Ancient, as both Topson and Jarax are trying to take OpenAI's focus away from ending the game. Jump forward, Ted's, but it doesn't matter. The creeps are on the Ancient. GG is called, and OpenAI take game 1. And Cap, they look pretty terrifying. It was close at the start, but one thing we've learned here for OG, their ult chat may have worked at TI, but maybe hands off the keyboard a little bit. Don't type any ult chat against these AI, as they will turn around with vengeance.
Oh, certainly. It seems like, you know, when you think about playing against an AI, you assume that there are certain things that are going to be super scary. One of them is going to be like reaction time. Like, oh, look how quickly he was able to blink in and get that 2-man stun. Sure, that looks good. But for me, the scariest thing of all was when we were talking about this looks like an even game and AI says, no, we actually have a 95% chance to win this game. That's how superior, apparently, their analysis of that game was.
I want to start by asking David how he learned AI to trash talk.
So the AI throughout the game, it's always predicting what it thinks the probability of winning is. And it does that while it's training against itself in these millions of games. And so we just, whenever it crosses a certain threshold, we put a chat message in there. But it's important to remember that those are trained in games against itself. So if it were the case, what I was worried about was that OG was just so much better than OpenAI 5 that even if in self-play it had an 80% chance in that position, maybe OG would be able to take it to win from there.
It definitely made it more nerve-wracking, because once you call that you're going to win, you better follow it.
We're familiar with that concept, yeah.
Yeah, it's very good also at these like kind of drawn-out big team engagements, where it's not necessarily 5-on-5 right at the beginning, but all 5 heroes eventually show up and they move around the map, and there's a lot of little fights going on. It's just really good at noticing when it has like a little local advantage, and it'll turn around and kill a hero, and then keep like positioning itself. And the fight might drag out for 2 minutes, and the AI just kind of building its advantage throughout that whole time.
Yeah, they were great at that.
So we saw OG a couple of times trying to bait out a fight and just hoping that maybe AI would jump on them and they could react to that. Is that ever going to work? Is that a strategy that you guys think will work against 5?
In my mind, one of the things it's best at is assessing whether a fight is good or bad to take. So, my advice would be if you're playing it and it decides to fight you, it's probably time to retreat. And if it decides to retreat, then you can try to push and attack it, because it just knows really well when to fight and when not to fight.
So I think the thing that they have to abuse is having, it's a vision advantage thing, common in Dota. The one fight that went really well for them was where the Ricky Topson was scouting. They saw where OpenAI was. OpenAI did not see where OG was, and that allowed them to get a good Echo Slam. The fight didn't go like super well for them, but considering that it was them initiating for once in a good place, that might be the advantage. Just abuse the vision.
In general, we see a lot of these games, the way they go down. Like in the second game, the humans have had a chance to study what the bot's doing. They have a chance to think about their strategy a little bit, to plan it out, and they usually come back a lot stronger. And with a strategy that is designed kind of counter what they've seen from the bots. So I'm kind of expecting this next game to be even closer than the first one.
Yeah, and it's worth noting that the humans are great at learning, right?
Yeah.
After the first game, they're going to take some lessons and apply them to the second game. But OpenAI 5, the model is frozen and being essentially unfrozen separately for each game. So it has no recollection of that game that just happened.
Ooh, so they don't learn in between
They're not
these
That's
games.
right.
That will be very exciting. We also, of course, know that OpenAI has played against 3 other teams before OG. And we can see what their results were in the first game against Lithium, SG, and Alliance. And I believe those should all be tick marks.
So game 1 against all 4 teams?
They won game 1 against all 4 teams.
Okay. For me, that's not that surprising. I feel like if it's the first time you play against it, it's going to be really jarring, is the main thing. It's not like your typical Dota where people have these like farm patterns and they prioritize certain stuff. There's no jungle time, these like weird buybacks and just running at you nonstop. It's really, really jarring to play against it first.
Yeah, that's what we see. That the first game is often a blowout for the AI because the human isn't expecting it. It's pretty cool because you might have thought that the AI is equally surprised by the human doing this weird thing of not buying back and doing its laning and so on. But it seems like it adapts. It gets a little bit less surprised.
What kind of different style of Dota do you feel like this was compared to the Dota we've seen in official tournaments recently? Like, this was a lot more action-packed, less focused on the lane. Like, how much do OG need to change their way of thinking about the game?
Well, what I told them beforehand, and they were surprised to hear, is I gave them some tips. Sorry, I had to do it. I had to protect my guys.
Didn't work out.
I can't go 0-3 here. What I told them was, you're going to be surprised, but you're going to win the lanes. Like, it's not centered around winning the lanes. It's not going to be completely perfect at last hitting. What it's going to do is, it's going to say whatever to the lanes. So they walk back on stage, and you have to focus more on how you move around the map. It's like the laning phase, they were really into the laning phase, I think, is their first idea, which was our plan too. Like, we were really worried when we played against it. We're like, if I go mid, will I just get dumpstered? Like, will he just get every single last hit? No. It's that at some point you have to take a 5-on-5 fight. How you take the fight is much more important than anything else, because your laning phase advantage is just not really going to matter against them.
Is there like one AI that is better than the rest, or?
It's a little different. So there's one AI that's controlling all 5 of the heroes, and they've kind of been training that way from the beginning when it was just like randomly trying out actions. So you could think of it as all 5 heroes have just know what to expect from each other at all times. They kind of have seen the same situations. They know how each other likes to respond, and they're going to kind of perfectly coordinate.
So it's one mastermind that controls 5.
The way I would say it is it's 5 different clones of exactly the same brain. And they've trained, like Jay said, they've trained each other for so long, they just know exactly what they're going to do. Just because, like, ever since their birth, everything they've seen is together. So you don't have to say, like, you go left, I'll go right. We just both know that's what we do in a situation.
But they played so many games that they have an expectation that their Crystal Maiden is going to use Nova because of X reason. Therefore, they know that they're going to follow up after. That's why they were always so coordinated killing Ricky every time we showed.
Exactly.
Like, oh, always this person first because it's instant. Then this guy follows up. Yeah.
Exactly.